Here are the top 10 players in the NBA headed into next season. First off, I'm not going to rank Joel Embiid. He's going through major injuries, and we just don't know when we're ever going to see a healthy Embiid again. But let me tell you guys my honorable mentions. I have 3 players. The first one is Anthony Davis. Now, Anthony Davis, last year he was hurt as well, but he still is an elite defender. I really value what AD brings on defense, so AD is definitely in this list. Then I have Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is one of the best isolation scorers in the sport. Some people might even say he's a top 10 player, but I just don't think he's top 10 over these guys I have ahead of him. Tyrese Halliburton just came out the finals. Amazing passing and playmaker. Yes, he is injured, but I'm still going to put him on the list as an honorable mention because when he is healthy, he is that type of player. Number 10, I have LeBron James. Now, I already know everyone's going to say, wait, LeBron's not a top 7, at least top 5 player? No, I just don't think LeBron is anymore. It's really just father time is catching up to him. You can see LeBron in games. Like, he's really gassed. There's times where he just can't do it anymore. Like, he's literally tired. He can't be your best offensive player. And even in these playoffs that we just saw, the Lakers had him being their best defender, best rebounder, and he just was gassed. He just didn't have it all. But that's not a knock on LeBron because LeBron is still playing at an all-NBA level. Just last February, we seen him balling. He was looking like a top 5 player. But the question is, can he sustain that type of dominance for a full season? I just don't think he can anymore. But LeBron still being top 10 at 40 years old is really impressive. At number 9, I have Kevin Durant. Now, Kevin Durant, he is by far still a top 5 scorer in the sport. I believe he averaged about 27 a game last year. And the Suns, they were a pretty bad team, but that wasn't because of Kevin Durant. When Kevin Durant was on the floor, the Suns, they were winning the minutes, and they were a good basketball club. So that's not because of Kevin Durant. But Kevin Durant, his individual play is still elite, and he's been performing on the defensive side of the ball. He's been like a 2-way these last couple of years. You've been a good weak side rim protector, and you can even acknowledge that when he plays on this new Rockets team, he won't have to do much on defense, but he will still be engaged because he has multiple guys who are engaged as well playing defense, and then he's been engaged for the last 2-3 years, and then plus his scoring value that he brings, he's going to be elite still. So I still value Kevin Durant. I believe he shot about 50-40 last season. Like, he's still elite and he's still efficient. That's the most crazy part about it. And he's aging. By number 8, I have Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards last season, that was probably the best basketball he has ever played. He was an elite 3-point shooter. He was literally up there with Stephen Curry. I'm not saying he's as good of a shooter as Steph, but when we're talking about how many threes were made, the percentages, he was up there with Steph. There's no argument about this. It's not just the 3-point shooting. The way he puts pressure on the defense makes the whole defense collapse, and then he's been a good passer. I don't know about the playmaking, but as a passer, he has been improving. Even playmaking, I can say he has been improving, but he still does need to improve even more. OKC made him look a little wild out there, but that's OKC. They have an elite defense, but Anthony Edwards, for the most part, he had an elite season last year, and he's for sure a top 10 player, and I got him at number 8. Number 7, I have Stephen Curry. Now, Stephen Curry, before he got injured in the playoffs, he was on his way to another legendary playoff run. We just seen him take down the Rockets in Game 7, then versus the Wolves. That Game 1 that we seen with Stephen Curry, he was performing. He was going to be the best player on that court. He was going to be the best player in that series. But Stephen Curry, overall, he just still provides that elite offensive impact. I mean, he's playmaking and passing for his teammates. Like, literally, he's the advantage creator for his teammates because of how good of a shooter he is. And that's just still really impressive. He's still getting triple, double, quadruple team at 37 years old. It's actually insane. And he's only Asian, and I'm not saying he's getting better, but he's still just elite offensively. His offense makes up for some of the stuff like his defensive issues, or if he's not as elite at putting pressure on the rim, he's creating so much advantages for his team that he's really not the problem. And when Steph is off the floor, it is like one of those Jokic things where when Jokic is off the floor, the team starts losing the minutes. They're just one of the worst offenses in the league. Stephen Curry, when he's on the floor with the Warriors, they have a top 6 offense. When he is off the court on the bench, they are number 30, dead last in the NBA. So that just provides what you need to hear. Number 6, I have Wemby. Now, Wemby last season, before he got hurt, that was a top 10 player in the NBA. He was shooting the 3 at a high clip. He was an elite defender. I mean, running away with the Defensive Player of the Year award. It was no defender better than Wemby last year when he was healthy at all. And it's not only just about his defense. He has a good handle. He can get to the rim. I mean, he's 7 foot. He's just elite. Wemby's going to be a problem in this league soon, for real. And then it was a span where he was in like 20 games where he was averaging like 29 points, 11 rebounds, 4 blocks, a steal. Wemby, he shot 40% from 3 as well too. Wemby, I'm telling you, if he gets a full season of being healthy, he's going to be our DPOY, and he might be an all-NBA first-team type of player. That's how good Wemby is. Number 5, I have Jayson Tatum. Jayson Tatum, he's one of those players who's always available. He's consistent. He's an elite rebounder. He's a good scorer. He can pass and play make, and he's a huge reason why that Boston Celtics offense was running the way it was. Now, yes, many people are going to say, Drew, KP, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, they have so many good players. Yes, that is true as well. But Jayson Tatum, he's the engine for the offense. He's the one that makes everything go. Everything runs through Jayson Tatum. And it's not only just about him running through the offense. He's also a good defender. We don't give credit to Jayson Tatum for how good of a defender he is. And he's the best defender on the Boston Celtics. Even when Drew's there. Even when KP's there. I just think Tatum at this point, he's very underrated. Like, we're seeing him play 70 games, then go into the playoffs, win a championship, going to the Eastern Conference Finals many times, and he still just doesn't get the credit that he deserves. But Jayson Tatum, he's definitely a top 5 player, and he's one of those ones for sure. I can't wait for bro to get healthy. Number 4, I have Luka. Now, Luka last year, we all know he had a down year, but did he really have a down year? I mean, last year, he still averaged about, 28? 8-8, like he's still very elite, and he's one of the best scorers in the sport. That's what I'm banking on for the most part. And then he did slim down, he lost 30 pounds, so Luka will be one of the best scorers in the league next season. He still will be one of the best passing and playmakers in the league next season, and he still will be one of the best offensive players in the sport next season. So we could really count on Luka and what he's gonna do. Number 3, I have Giannis, but Giannis could be 2. Shai could be 3, and Giannis could be 2. Oh, I just spoil you who my next pick is, but Giannis, I have him at 3. Well, Giannis, he was still a good defender, and we all know his offensive game. He's really unstoppable. You can't do nothing with Giannis in the paint. And then Giannis, for it was a part of the season where he was playing this point forward position, and he looked very good at what he was doing. So maybe next season we will see more of that now that Dame's gone, and the guards that they have, they're not really elite at passing and playmaking. Honestly, I'm not saying Giannis is either, but he is better than most guys, and he showed us that he could do that. So Giannis, I really expect a lot from Giannis. I mean, you can't go out in the playoffs and then be a first-round exit for the last 3 years. I think that's what the separator is right now. He's been a first-round exit, but he is still performing to his standards, but he's just not winning. But for right now, I do think Giannis and Shai, they're like tied right now. They both could be the second best player in the world. It really doesn't matter. Honestly, they're both very talented. At number 2, I have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Now, Shai last season, he was phenomenal. I believe he had one of the best guard seasons in NBA history. We're talking about winning the scoring title, winning the MVP, winning the finals MVP, winning the NBA championship. Like Shai, he did a lot last season, and he was balling. I mean, he averaged 32 points, I believe, 6 assists. He shot 53% from the field. He was very efficient. His scoring was elite. You can even say he was the best scorer in the sport last season. I would have no problem with anybody saying that. There's no argument for that, because he did provide an argument. Even in the playoffs, he did have his struggles, but he also had his very high games where everybody's like, yo, is he a top 10 point guard of all time? Like, that's how good Shai was playing at a point in time. But Shai, I have him at number 2. He won an NBA championship, and maybe he can repeat. Who knows? And at number 1, I have the best offensive player in the NBA, Nikola Jokic. There's no argument about this. There's no player in the NBA today that has the impact that Jokic has on the game, especially on offense. There's just nobody in this sport. Jokic, he is number 1. I do think he's the best basketball player in the NBA right now. It's really no explanation. If you guys just don't think this right now, you guys just need to watch basketball. You guys just need to simply watch what he's doing compared to others, and you guys will see. But if you guys like this video, like, comment, share, subscribe. 6 likes and I'm out. See you guys in the next.